Alright, Oval fans, here's my review for this week's episode. Man, time's flying by. This was episode 18. Next week is 19, and then next thing you know, it will be 25, and season 1 will be over. So, Me and You. That's the title. And I think that's in reference to Nancy's statement to Richard when it was just, me and you in the hospital room. Before going any further, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and comment your thoughts below after the discussion. What were your favorite parts? What didn't you like? And what do you think will happen next week? Subscribe if you are new to the channel and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out when I post new content. So we got Victoria freaking out over the blood, asking Hunter what it was, and Hunter, not doing any favors to the male gender, proving how bad of liars we are, says, I slit my wrist and it was me and I just flipped the mattress over. And basically, Hunter is, taken aback because Victoria makes it clear that, what? You're on your own. I'm not helping you cover this up. We were in this together until you murdered someone. Hunter apparently doesn't remember what happened. I mean, at this point, it's like he's unsure if he was the one that killed Denise. I mean, he brought up the missing sword and the fact that he was high and tipsy. He went to the bathroom. He was lightheaded. He came back. Her head was not attached to her body. So then we go over to Donald and Kyle, who gets a call from Hunter. And apparently, Kyle wasn't even going to go back to the White House because Donald kept asking who was on the phone, but he didn't say who. But then realizes that, oh snap, he was getting alerts. Lily was not only coming home, but she was already at the location. So then they both get dressed. Kyle goes down and confronts Lily. And then the fact that, she doesn't want him to come back in the house anymore. He hates her. And yeah, it's a great idea that she came back. But guess what? I hate you, B. And he loves me. And then Donald tells him to leave. So Lily and Donald stare each other down. And Lily was about to say, hey, I came back. I wanted to be open-minded about everything. But just hearing you and him and that sex and everything, I can't stand you. I hate you. You ruined my life. I'm going to be staying in the guest bedroom, and don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Basically, don't call me no more. Don't text me no more. Next thing you know, we go back to the pharmacy. Kareem is boarding up everything, and it's nearly 4 a.m. And apparently there's like just a random bunch of guys from the community just staring down the pharmacy, ready to raid it once Kareem and Sharon leave, which Look, I'm not an expert in this, but is that really how this would happen? Like, for example, wouldn't there be like cops or something around? I mean, wouldn't Kareem be like, hey man, we got to board this stuff up. Can a couple of y'all at least kind of stay in the area until we boarded the place up so we can go home or something like that? Because again, I don't really know how this works in real life, guys, but I'm saying like a pharmacy being like one of the most pivotal businesses in the community, you would think it would be better protected, especially after it's been, the interest has been destroyed by a vehicle. So, Sharon's like, hey, come on, we'll make pallets out of boxes and stuff like that, and we can just spend the night here. So that's what they decided to do. And Kareem's like, okay, fine. Guys, if you come in here, you want to get shot. And I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. So we go back to the White House. Hunter and Kyle are talking in the Oval. He pretty much flips out on Kyle and the fact that Victoria knows, and I thought you had this handled. And Kyle's like, don't worry, sir, I have your back. And I love the fact that he had like this, hey, Kyle, this is a bronze statue and it will hurt. Okay, sir, don't worry. I mean, I was going to handle the mattress in the morning, but okay, sure, I'll leave now. And we have Nancy sitting by Richard in the hospital. Sam comes in and tells her about, Barry and everything going on in jail. Priscilla comes in. And Nancy says, hey guys, you've been here all night. You got to get back. You got to get to work in a couple hours. So get out of here, get some rest. Don't worry, I want to stay by Richard's side. And they leave. Kyle calls Donald from the Oval, tells him about the fact that Hunter flipped out about the whole situation with Victoria finding out about Denise. And then we go over to Sam and Priscilla on their way home, and the fact that Nancy's going through a lot right now. And she brings up the fact that Sam's jacket smells like perfume. To my knowledge, the only thing I can think of in regards to perfume, like the only time I can recall Sam being around a woman who may have been having a notable amount of perfume was when he was in the kitchen talking with Victoria. Remember when she was kind of like, you know, asking him questions about, hey, do you find me attractive and blah, blah, blah. And it was like she was flirting with him, but in actuality, she was trying to get intel, a weak link to tell her about the whole situation with Denise and Hunter. So I don't know. Maybe there's something that'll come up from that. Who knows? But in any case, the staff walks in, or a woman walks in with, like, you know, I guess you could say coffee and whatnot, and finds Hunter asleep in the Oval. He gets up disoriented. Oh, sorry, no, don't worry about that. I was doing some work last night and I just passed out here. And he leaves. She kind of, you know, freaks out with one of the security guards, like, how come you didn't tell me he was in there? But there are 4 of us standing out here. We didn't even know he was in there. I mean, we thought, you know, you coming in was like an emergency call. He asked for something specific. So she's worried about a job, but he's like, don't worry about it. Victoria's talking with another staff member about new rules involving their privacy and the fact that a new mattress needs to come in. And she's asking, well, the right questions. And he's like, you keep asking me questions. Leave me alone. Okay. And then Hunter comes up and she leaves. And basically Victoria's scolding Hunter for, you know, being in the Oval dressed like that, basically looking like hell while the staff's arriving for work. And asks whether or not he talked to their son last night. And, you know, they have their little banter and he leaves. And also, side note, Victoria is no longer wearing the white power suit, so people can stop complaining about Victoria's wearing the same dress. No, she's wearing brown, and she looks amazing in whatever she wears. Who cares? Like, Hunter could be wearing the same presidential suit every day and nobody says anything. Okay, guys, let's let it go. Plus, we know the timeline moves slow in this show where episodes can be like the same day, so we no longer have to deal with that. All right, so then we go over to Nancy and Richard. Richard wakes up. He's ready to go help Barry out, but Nancy stops him. He thinks that, you know, something's wrong because that rage he saw in his son's eyes was something he didn't recognize, and maybe, just maybe, that may have been him that killed Ruth. And, you know, Nancy's like, no, I don't think so, which is interesting that she would say that because she's been assuming the worst about Barry this entire show. But he's like saying, somebody needs to go to see Barry to say don't say anything to anyone in jail. But I mean, what? Didn't Sam, well, number one, Sam, well, no, Sam did say that to Richard, but Richard doesn't know because he's in the hospital because he got shot. I mean, I don't know. I would think Barry would know not to do that. He's not Nancy and would spill his guts, so I don't know. But Nancy says she would go talk to Sam or Jake and then go talk to Barry. So then we have Lily coming downstairs, red bottom heels, saying that she's going to go to her shop. Donald's trying to say, you know, hey, sorry. And it's like, hey, would you like to get lunch or, you know, this or that? And Lily's kind of, you know, just kind of basically trying to end the conversation because how do you go from, what's that conversation like, you know, hey, less than 12 hours ago, I tried to kill you, and then I told you about how our entire marriage and lifestyle is a sham so I can become president next, and then you left, and then you came back home, and, you know, my gay lover, we were having sex in the bed that we picked out together. But hey, see you at lunch, sweetie. So then he leaves, and she calls Bobby, and she still doesn't trust him, but she might see him later today. It's really a weird dynamic. I mean, I can understand Lily not fully trusting anyone, but at this point, Bobby definitely seems to be the lesser of two evils because out of Bobby and then Kyle and then Donald, which one of these 3 men has actually seemed to be the less threatening to you in regards to what they have been doing? Bobby is the only one who hasn't laid hands on you in the way that you would like, because what Kyle had, you know, her mouth covered and was kind of holding her after she said she would leave after saying, you know, who killed the president, and then Donald tried to kill her, and Bobby's just made love with her twice. So, all right, so then we're at the White House. The new mattress arrives, and Victoria says she'll handle the mattress situation herself. Basically, Hunter comes in asking what's going on because, you know, he thought Kyle would handle it, but then Victoria decided to do it herself. Apparently, she would use the cover story of her period blood as opposed to decapitation. And hey, I got the mattress, but you're going to dispose of this one yourself. And Hunter asked the right question of, how the hell am I supposed to do that? Nancy goes to see Barry. This is the final scene of the episode. Jake's allowing, you know, them to use the office and basically says, hey, you know, Sam's done a lot, but we're not going to let him go. And Nancy's like, hey, you know what? That's our son, but we're not going to allow him to just get away with it. And so they talk. Basically, Richard is okay. Well, he will be fine. And tells, you know, Barry not to say anything in jail. Barry says, please tell him I'm sorry. He's like, do you really mean that? And it asks exactly what happened. And then Barry mentions, you know, seeing Kareem and Sharon having sex, and just had a rage moment. And then it's like, tell me you killed Ruth. Tell me you killed Ruth. And then he does, and that's the end of the episode. We know that it's not true. He did not kill Ruth. And that's it. So what would I rate the episode? 6 out of 10. I think it was okay. Not a great episode, but it was okay. It was okay. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow me on social media if you haven't done so already. And as always, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App if you would like. Or you can join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. I have different tiers over there. And yeah, with that being said, I believe that covers everything. And I guess the biggest question of the episode is, going back to what Priscilla was saying, whose perfume do you think was on Sam's jacket? Honestly, I think it was the First Lady's.